Virtually since the start of human civilization, we have been selectively breeding animals and plants to suit our particular needs. Initially, it was just done by selecting the offspring we preferred, then it's by selectively breeding the plants and animals, and now we're capable of altering or managing the DNA to suit our needs. However, this technology can now also be used on our own species. It raises some additional practical problems as well as some moral ones. But with terms like eugenics, designer babies, or even Frankenstein babies being thrown about, sometimes a rational discussion of the issues involved is rather difficult. Now, part of the problem about the advances in genetics and how it relates to human reproduction isn't just one aspect of the advance of technology and how it can be applied, and sometimes it can all be lumped together. So let's break down those different approaches. Firstly, and probably least controversial, is genetic testing of the parents. Here, the parents, either because of family history or because of other concerns, are tested to see if they're carriers for a particular genetic trait or defect. Parents are then informed to see if they have the trait, or if they don't have the trait, then they can decide whether or not they wish to have a child. Since this decision is based just upon having more information, it seems a very highly appropriate use of the technology. Next, we have early genetic testing of embryos, normally done during some kind of fertility treatment, what's known as pre-implantation genetic diagnosis. Again, this can be done because one or both of the parents carries a particular gene which can cause major health issues. However, it can also be done to test for other factors like testing for the sex of the child. And whilst the genetic testing of the embryos can have a positive effect on the health of the offspring, this process can be open to abuse. So if it's allowed, it needs to be carefully regulated to stop what the general public would be considered to be an abuse of the technology. Next, we have genetic screening of the fetus in the womb itself. One time this required getting mucus swabs inside the womb or actual cells from the developing baby, which had risks for the fetus. However, it's now possible to take samples of the mother's blood and screen for the fetal cells which are actually present in the blood of the mother. These tests produce the same ethical issues as the earlier tests, except now the parents don't wish for the pregnancy to continue, an abortion would now be required. However, the tests can be carried out very early in the pregnancy, during what's known as the first trimester, and most countries allow abortions on health grounds. Another form is something called mitochondrial transfer or mitochondrial replacement. Some of the genetic material from the mother is also carried in the mitochondria of the cell. Sometimes these also can carry negative genetic material. These mitochondria can be replaced by healthy mitochondria from a donor. Possible this transfer process can damage the cell. The technique is still in the early stages, so it's difficult to say it's become a major factor in human reproduction. Also, it does raise some questions about how closely the child will be related to the birth mother or the donor mother. Now, the extent to which any or all of these are allowed by society can only really be discovered by frank discussions of the issues involved. Just ignoring the technology won't work. The genie is out of the bottle and it's up to society to decide how and where the technology is applied. However, whilst testing for some genetic conditions is relatively simple, many of the factors that actually affect humans, like say height, IQ and others, are the subject of multiple genes interacting in highly complex ways. It is not currently possible to design a baby with these traits in mind. So whilst designer babies in the commonly accepted and understood meaning of the phrase are not yet possible, now is the time for the regulators and lawmakers to decide on the course of the current future applications of the technology in this field, rather than having to react once the technology becomes established.